Hey guys, first regardsman here, and I'll be talking about a Pyrecannon build for the heavy class in Space Marine 2 patch 12. Now, the Pyrecannon may be the ugly cousin of the Pyreblaster on Tactical, mainly because the Pyreblaster on Tac has better range and just better synergy with the class itself, but the heaviest Pyrecannon still has the same burn effect, and burn in Space Marine 2 is a top tier option because it pretty much just positively cooks bosses, and that's really all you have to do half the time. Now, the variant I've chosen here is the ammo version because on heavy, you are pretty ammo hungry on this thing. It really sucks ass to run out of ammo on the Pyrocannon. I have taken the venting speed before, but I am playing solo on this build, and usually I find having ammo for it is just a way better option for this build. Now, for the perk tree, I do take the perk Improved Fast Venting, moving here into the perk Eternal Flame. Burning time increases by 25%. I pretty much always take burn time on this. Like, burning is basically all that matters on any Pyrocannon or Pyreblaster option, so just pick these perks up. Next perk here is Increased Capacity, moving here into the perk Flame of Ascension. Burning 5 enemies restores an armor segment. The cooldown is 30 seconds. Now, this weapon does not have great contested health recovery at all, so having armor restore built in for something as easy as burning 5 enemies, this is a very useful perk. I think it's far better than the perk down here, Rapid Health, and I pretty much always pick this one up because this weapon does need the extra armor. Next perk here is Potent Flame for even more burn damage, moving down here into the perk Divine Might, and then we pick up the perk Heavy Immunity. While in heavy stance, you don't lose control of heavy hits. Yeah, pretty much always pick this perk up because even with Strategic Stand, this weapon's CHP recovery is not amazing, and if you're not taking Strategic Stand, your no knockback is just non-existent on this class anyways, unless you have an option in your perk tree like Heavy Immunity. So on this build, I'm taking Fortitude. Definitely pick this up because otherwise, you'll pretty much just get staggered out of like anything you're doing. Next perk here is a Flash Burn. Enemies at a distance of less than 10 meters take 20% more damage. This perk is really damn good, but I will say, compared to options like a Flame of Purification on the Pyreblaster, they give a debuff to every enemy for 20% more melee from your entire team, it's not so good, but it's pretty much the only option we have here, so we pick it up. Next weapon we have here is the newly buffed Inferno Pistol. I'm actually in love with this weapon at the moment. They buffed up the gun strike by 22%, and it feels way better now. The main problem with the Inferno Pistol for the longest time is that its gun strike damage felt like you were shooting confetti. It was god awful. They refused to change it for like ages, and they have finally come around and given it a proper gun strike damage buff. And guess what? I think it's one of the best secondaries in the game currently. It is really good for ammo economy, horde control, stagger, CHP recovery, armor restore. I think it's one of the best things in the entire game for me, and I really like this weapon a lot. I'll say the ammo reserve option is my current favorite, mainly because the ammo economy is so enticing on this weapon, but even the rate of fire version has some pretty good burst damage. Now, for the perk tree, I do take Perpetual Range first, moving here into the perk Brace Reload. And then I pick up the perk Perpetual Range again, because I just think range is the most important option on this, especially over things like Motivated Melee. Then I grab the perk here, Great Might, into the perk Increased Capacity, Adamant Restoration, which is like one of the best ammo economy perks in the entire game that you cannot find anywhere else on any secondary, which is part of the reason this weapon is so ammo efficient in general. And the final perk is Extra Shot into Trick Shot for armor restore every 30 seconds for killing 5 enemies with one shot, which is very easy to pull off against Hormagaunts and Cultists on both Chaos and Tyranids. So a really great option. I think it's like the best way to build this. You could go up top for like Rapid Health and the perk here, One Shot, if you want to. I don't think One Shot's very good, at least not on this version, and the Rate of Fire variant can like take a little bit more advantage of that, but usually I think just spamming shots on this is the best way to play it. That's why I prefer building it this way on like pretty much every build. That's pretty much all there is for the secondary there. Now, for the perk tree, I still take the perk Restoration, killing 7 enemies, rapid succession, restores an armor segment. The cooldown is 15 seconds. This perk has great synergy with the Pyrecannon because the Pyrecannon cooks up Hormagaunts like nobody else, and also the Inferno Pistol will do that for you as well. So a really good synergy there, and honestly, having Restoration on any build for the heavy is just a top tier option because Armor Restore in Space Marine 2 is just that good. Next perk here is Fortitude. Health increases by 30%. This perk, with the perk down here, Conviction, makes you the second tankiest class in the entire game, right behind Bulwark. In fact, your baseline as tanky as a Bulwark with Conviction. The only way he gets above you is if he takes perks like Steel Within or like Effective Formation on top of that, or Focus Restoration. But like in base, you are insanely tanky on the heavy class with this perk. It is a very strong option. I think it's by far the best in the entire column, and probably one of the best perks on him in general because it ups your survivability tremendously. Next perk here is Overwhelming Power. When Iron Halo is active, all team members within 10 meters deal 20% more range damage, to be 10% more range damage. This perk is pretty good for your entire team. I will say, on this build, if you want to take versatility instead, you could. Having a 20% buff on your Inferno pistol for 4 shots is not too bad. This is really up to you. I just took this one for like a team buff. Next perk here is Additional Supplies. Ammo capacity for all team members' primary weapons increases by 25%. I'm just taking this because I hate running out on the Pyrecannon, so building for max ammo here, it's just a bit of like a safety net. You don't have to take this one. You can take Encompassing Aegis or even like the worst perk, Bonds of Brotherhood. That is up to you. I'm just building this because I want ammo, and ammo means I get to keep burning. Next perk here is Consecutive Execution. Killing 7 enemies rapid succession restores equipment charge. The cooldown is 90 seconds. Now, a 90-second Melta Bomb, Crack Grenade, Shock Grenade, Frag, these are all great options. They will all help out your entire run, and Melta Bombs especially, they just kind of solve Extremis encounters all on their own. You just blow up like 3 lictors at once with them. This is one of the best perks in the game, like any class. It's been in the game since launch pretty much, so having this, still a top tier option. Nothing's really changed here. Next perk here is Power Regulator. Iron Halo loses energy 20% more slowly, moving here into the perk Brute Force. When Iron Halo is in cooldown, range damage increases by 15%. This is just a free range damage buff for something you do all the time, which is Iron Halo, and the perk up here, Saving Grace, kind of sucks, and the perk down here, Wrath of the Imperium, actually does do quite a bit of damage. It's just very obnoxious because you do have to completely drain your Iron Halo, which is not what you want to be doing all the time anyways. Kind of bad for your cooldown. And the final perk here is Offensive Capability. When active, Iron Halo deals damage over time to all enemies within 5 meters. This perk is incredible. The amount of free damage you get from this is honestly staggering. You will pick up free executes, you will kill Bramble, you will kill Spore Mines, you will blow cultists apart, and you also just kill Extremis or even bosses at times of this. Like really one of the best perks in the entire game for heavy. Conversion field down here is not bad at all for like a coordinated team, but on your own, offensive capability definitely overperforms. Now, for the prestige perk options, I do take Auxiliary Reload first for more ammo, into the perk Conviction for a 25% health damage reduction on Armor Break, and then we grab the perk Indomitable Spirit, and the either Duelist, Exponential Force, or Reverberating Impact. Like, these 3 are up to you. I pretty much always go with Auxiliary Reload, Conviction, or Indomitable Spirit because they are by far the 3 best here, but the final perk is like, kind of a choice. Like, Duelist is not horrible, Exponential Force is not horrible, and Reverberating Impact is also not horrible. So if you want to take one of these, you definitely can, but I would stick with the core of this one, this one, this one. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The Pyrecannon is definitely a gun that works better in groups than by yourself, because if like everything's not focusing you, you do have far more opportunities to properly just like cook an enemy alive, and stacking burn on enemies, that's like the whole thing of this weapon. So hopefully this build guide helped you, and if you like content like this, subscribe for more, and as always, thank you for watching, take it easy, bye. That was close.
Fresh magazine. Sanctified maneuvers. Sending crack grenade. Reload.
That's a pretty big opening. Why the intro? I mean, that's good. I want more purge, but I wasn't expecting this many enemies right off the bat.
Fresh magazine.
Wish every mission was like that. Okay. Should know when it's charging up. These missions should be right a corner. Usually they wouldn't do that otherwise. They'll block their beam like that and then like round a corner on you.
This galaxy is not packed a little more bite. Inserting round. Fresh magazine.
Are we going to expect more classes to be added in Space Marine 2, or are they going to do it in Space Marine 3? Probably both. So, the last thing they said is that they want a new class to be a chaplain. That was ages ago. That was their priority. That's something they said was interesting for them in the game. And that was an interview they did with Well Played, the one game website, about a year ago.
Our adversaries wishes to use their resources. Deny them any advantage. Stay alert. There will be more foes to overcome, and we will succeed.
Dude, why there's some shit? A relic.
This has touched death.
I mean, double Inferno plus this is pretty peak. Come on.
Coming forward. This galaxy is not yours to devour. Reload.
Chaplain will be awesome. I agree. I think Chaplain will bring a lot to the game. You know, Librarian is the obvious choice that everybody wants. Or, like, I've seen some say Terminator. I think you're actually more likely to get a Librarian than a Terminator, though. Real talk. But, that being said, Chaplain would be very cool. I think it has a lot of unique weapons. I know people talk about Justiciar in this game all the time, but Chaplain especially would be much cooler, in my opinion. I mean, a Justiciar is just a Chaplain in training. Like, you really want to be like the bitch-made version of Chaplain? I don't. Though they do have like a Temper Mortis, which is the Temper Mortis, excuse me, which is like their time stop thing. That could be used for like range fire in this game, which would be kind of neat. Like slow down enemy shots, because there are a lot of projectiles in this game that are actually quite slow already. It's like having an option to be that pretty good. Alright, you're all getting purged now. There we go, purging again.
Failed at motion.
Heavy champion should have been a Salamander from the beginning. I hope they give him a new champion. I also hope they give the Ultramarines a new champion for attack or something. Alright, this is actually a pretty annoying part of the mission we get here. Ammo box. If I can push these guys into this, now pump them up and then block with a shield as a fly burn. Probably the best option here.
We crushed the ravenous brood. They hide, Jack. Ria.
Might be an ammo crate. So we do a lot of boss damage on this weapon. The more unfortunate part is that we have a lot of CHP recovery. So we do come up play around the walls if we can.
Get her to the grave, you lost. Inserting rounds. Sanctified release.
So many range enemies. I like how we opened up this boss fight by killing like 4 Majoris, and there's still like 5 more. And arguably the more annoying kind. Alright, I'm just gonna do this. Since they're all range enemies, we're just gonna fire burn. Sit in it. Pray they didn't just give us a, yeah, it's more range enemies, okay. This was the proper choice. We're a little low on ammo, so on this portion of the map, if you go past... Okay. It's annoying as fuck, dude. I mean, I might just wander over to the spot. We don't really have an easy answer to all these guys, unless we throw Inferno Pistol to stagger them, burn. That's value, that's value. Do that. They were just ever so slightly. But basically, if you go over towards the guard camp, you almost always get ammo crate. This map especially.
Fresh magazine.
Appreciate your content, mate. Do you have any tips for solo absolute? I would say number 1 tip would be positioning and knowing where the boss spawns on the map are. The other one would be your contested health management and target priority. So once, you know, it's a hard thing to tell somebody because the AI director is different every single game when it comes to target priority. But, you know, things like bramble vines, guys that force your movement, the things that frame trap you. Like, there's a raptor in the boss fight. That's the first thing you get rid of. Almost every time. You can also make the judgment of nuking down the boss first, but like that takes a bit more experience on knowing what's actually going to happen after. But for the most part, say AI director management, which would mean knowing what's going to come out of a crate if you open it up. When you open up a crate in Space Marine 2 and your HP is low, and you find a stim, there's like a 1 minute or 2 minute cooldown on finding a stim again, pretty much. Alright, wonderful. Back-to-back boss spawns. This is quite the director of this game. Alright, well. They'll come out eventually. I think we sit in the chat. No, we don't. A lie. Fib. I think we sit in the chat. Yeah, it kind of worked.
No Xenos monstrosity may escape the imperial threat. Keep them off guard.
It does melt bosses, I'll say that. Just cook them.
Waste nothing, brothers. Fresh magazine.
You actually damage the burrow if they're all the way underground. Yeah, but they start digging, you can't kill them.
Sanctified maneuvers.
You can get them to like very, very low HP, but like they're immediately digging on that initial animation. It is pretty annoying. If they are digging close to the surface though, you can knock them out of that. They're fucking annoying. Appreciate the tips, man. I'm getting better. Just need more practice. Hope life's treating you well. Thanks, phenomenal. And I hope that you improve the game. You know, practice makes perfect. Like, everybody's improved this game over time, and nobody started off just being like, alright, I'm just going to solo everything in the game. Especially in this game, where a lot of it's a knowledge check. Like, some things will just fucking kill you until you figure out, like, oh, the game just works that way, I guess.
You need to acquire the Astra Militarum demolition codes required.
And some of those things aren't even immediately apparent for me to tell you. But there's some just niche mechanics in this game where it's like, oh, there's 4 whip warriors on me, I have to dodge in like this one way, or they'll all hit me. And that's hard to translate over to a direct tip, I guess. Like a direct showcase.
If I am the first to find these codes, you should expect a reprimand.
Alright. Ow. Hit by that last bit.
If I am the first to find these codes, you should expect a reprimand.
Is there still a spot open for the Horde Weekly? I might do one after this. We need to do about like 4, I think. Holy shit, this one's boring as shit. Which are so much better than Raveners. Raveners are more dangerous, I would say. They're an S tier threat. Not only because they frame trap you, but also they just like piss on the ground randomly and area denial you. And they also evade you a lot more. God, see, these are the enemies we're not super good against, right? These snipers. That is a damage over time build on.
If I am the first to find these codes, you should expect a reprimand. Dead end.
Okay. A lot of fucking warriors. Okay, finally.
Slow and our search was successful, Captain. Proceed to the Prometheum refinery.
They're called range span for nothing. You're not wrong, Bosrin. You're not wrong, brother.
There is no going back, brothers.
Let's keep
Pack
this
a little
open.
more bite. Blockage negated.
Oh, almost ran me over. That was a perfect dodge right there. Now imagine you got a gun strike off that. Oh, this is peak Pyre Blast time, or Pyrecannon thing.
Crush the ravenous brood beneath our
Nothing will escape this crew once it catches fire.
Was he in a rage? I feel like we've been on quite the quest this mission, really fun. Incredibly enticing gameplay. Whatever. Them.
for the Imperium. Keep them off guard.
It's been endless hordes this mission. Oh god.
That silence continues.
Yeah, sometimes the AI director just fucking hates you in this game. Like, we open up this mission with like a massive wave into 2 boss fights, and now you have this. What is going on? This is just a normal absolute. Okay. You all be purged.
Crush the ravenous brood.
Ordained dodge for the beams, interesting. Yeah, it's the only way we get our gun strike on an Inferno Pistol, for instance. If you dodge forward, you're gonna stay in the range. Would you like to see 2 Terminus spawn on the same map on lower difficulty or give people more experience fighting them? I think that would be good for the game. I think boss fights are actually something Space Marine 2 does pretty damn well. It's pretty good at that. Okay, we're gonna keep our relic for next. Actually, pretty low. Next box we find should give us a stim though.
Tyranids dispatched and dismantled.
How do you feel about the Black Templar Champion pack? I mean, it's one of the best in the game. Patch 10 was one of the best patches. I think it was just the best patch for this game. We got Chaos Spawn, we got Heroics for the first time, we got Strategy this entire game mode. Everybody was unlocking everything together. And also, it was the only time in the game where nobody had stockpiled accolades yet. So it kept a lot more players around.
On location, Lieutenant. You are making good time. We are going to need it. This facility was not built with defense in mind. Use the codes to prime the bomb and finish its deployment into the crypt medium ground. Cautiously, if you know what is good for you.
Fail that open. Fail. Fumble its tactical advantage.
I didn't want to deal with this.
Execute that one. Lest it summon me.
Tsunami should be a built-in modifier for absolute, not a nerf. I feel like they definitely could go farther. Like, there should just be a mode. I mean, we have custom stratagems for that now, but if players want to play a difficulty they can level up on and also try out their builds and still get XP for their friends and stuff, there should be, like... Absolute should be a bit harder than it is. The Horde spawns. God damn.
These galaxies look good.
Right, perfect.
The Codex demand.
It'll be a long one. I can already feel it. We're not even like we're like barely halfway through the mission at this point. There's no boss fight left, but the Horde spawns are kind of out of control this time around.
Equipment found.
Let's pull this.
The charge has been up. Rites of activation have been observed. The generators hungry machine constantly. Crane sequencing initialized. Delivering payload. Prepare for hostiles at generator 2. Potential heretical sabotage of generator 2. Secure immediately.
Our adversary wishes to remove their his side of Xenos is in. Our foes
Bad.
match his forces.
I had it reloaded.
X-axis aligned. Binding on this side as well. 2 axes remain. Suppress the enemy heading to generator 1. Biological incursion at generator 1. Do not foul the machine gun's illicit mechanisms with organic parts.
That's the problem with the game progression. Absolute should be hard, and not just an XP farm. I definitely agree with that. Game's progression is pretty fucked. The PvP progression is actually somehow worse than the PvE progression. Quite funny.
Inserting rounds. That is no order. Steal your mind.
Swarm approaching. Keep firing lanes to generator 3 clear. My axis aligned. Erratic vibrations lead us to generator 3. Operator, bring it into harmony of timing.
Wonderful. I probably should use my stim, but bar tanky. Do you think there'll be a different enemies slash classes at the game in the future? Probably a class, and almost certainly. I mean, we know a Terminator Sorcerer is coming, so that's a guarantee. But a new Majoris and Extremis, I think that Chaos definitely needs the most work as a faction.
Reposition.
Definitely.
Generator.
Love to cook some both.
We crush the ravenous humans beneath our boots. brother. Eradicate
I love watching people play classes you're bad at. Maybe I'll play some more heavy. Heavy's pretty fun. He definitely needs like a bit of a buff to his, or a rework for his perk tree though. What is going on today?
Deployment resumed.
Holy shit.
Train pursued. Begin the course of locomotion methods.
Actually, it's an endless. I can't wait to see how many kills are already on this one though. Feels pretty high. And this is already like the stat farm mission. Alright. Finally.
Sequence concluded. No errors logged under the Omniscience Watchful Oculus.
Pack a little more bite.
Ready to intercept the turret in advance, Captain. There is an observation platform overlooking the Promethean fields. It will make a good vantage for your ambush.
Would you like the crude Promethean fields? I'm being accosted by melee warriors, please. I'll take that over range wolf though.
Skither to the screen.
Oh, never mind. I guess we get both. What a luxury.
The soul wants back out. Unite.
Oh.
Throwing stubborn. Sanctify the moves.
I melt a bomb. I might have to take that.
That one is one reserve forces.
Okay, well.
Resources acquired.
I'll blow up these guys.
Readying motion. Rich. It found its master.
Oh yeah, I'm both. I'm gonna take the Melta.
This galaxy's the door.
You've been trying to level your heavy, is find it boring. It is pretty fucking boring, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. Heavy is kind of just like a lot of his guns suck ass until you get them like leveled up. You think stratagems and siege shouldn't give any XP? Well, hard stratagems already don't give XP, and hard siege hardly gives XP at all anymore. So your wish has been granted by the game. The viewer, thank you for the $10 super chat. Vulcan lives at the fires of battle onto the anvil of war. Yes, we are. We are purging in Vulcan's name, are we not?
We crush the ravenous brood beneath.
Okay. Any more Horde? I feel like every corner another warrior. I don't know, guys. What's your least favorite class of the game? There's a question.
No holding back now. Rearm.
Not what you think is the weakest. Like, what's your least favorite? Heavy. You guys hate the heavy, really? I feel like heavy was very popular for a very long time. Deck Marine. You hate the newest class. It's actually tragic.
Changing round.
All of them depending on mood. Real. How much you overplay them. That's kind of where I fall into.
We have arrived at Nozick's facility. Run distraction.
You just like the balance window. That's a pretty fair reason to hate heavy.
Your plan is sound.
Sniper or heavy. I feel like my least favorite classes in the game are Sniper and Vanguard. And they're also least played in the game. I just feel like they don't have a ton of build variety. There's this one, but they kind of like all my games with them, they just feel samey. Feel very samey. Sniper 100%. Hello, Mr. FTG. Hello there, Raptor. You know, looking back at this game's launch, the classes fucking suck in this game. Like, hilarious how bad.
That silence the tuned fire king.
Assault, of course. You guys still hate Assault? And what universe, dude? How can you not like Winds of Flame in Space Marine?
Storm eyes.
I think that class might actually like have objectively the most going on with it right now. Okay. There you go, frozen again.
The soil no longer trembles at the ravenous presence.
You watch the Odo game review when the game first came out? He was spitting truth. I mean, this game was carried by the 40K license, but I don't think they hid that fact. I will say what this game did well was it had a really fun. I guess we'll just use our sim if we have a restorative one right here. Wow, a blessing. Yeah, this game was definitely carried by the 40K license, but I don't really think they hid that fact. And what it did very well was it had a fun campaign for like the first time in ages a game came out. It was like, here's a story for you to play through. Here are some cool set pieces. Remember Gears of War with the cool set pieces? Welcome back. And the game looked really nice.
The Codex demands it.
Aside from the balance parries, Heavy just suffers from lacking a melee component. Yeah, he could use a knife. I definitely agree with that. That weakens of pain, it certainly is. Would you say a Power Gladius is a must for a melee sniper build? Yeah. I mean, you can take a block one, but Power Gladius is definitely better. You can use whatever you want, you know. Don't take my word for it. It's your game. I'm not the only truth, brother. They've improved this game so much since launch. Yeah, it's so much better to the point that when people tell me they didn't like this game a year ago, I'm like, you're not even playing the same game. So, see, we're using Prometheum to blow up the Prometheum fields. Or defend the bomb site to blow them. This is going to take Prometheum prices to an all-time high. Guys actually they felt the wind on that one.
Looking bells upon its purpose. No foe and folk can withstand us. See nothing to the tittering fever.
Secure our rear flank.
Remember day one when Majoris did one full bar of armor damage? Yeah, that was something. It's really peak time. Also, you wouldn't get any parrying on the Majoris enemies first. So you would parry the enemy and get no armor back on your parry for the Majoris guys, which meant half the time you would parry one guy and then get parried by like 7 other guys. And lose all your fucking HP. Beautiful time period.
Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up. Another wave incoming.
Failed that oath.
The swarm has almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
Deploy belt. This galaxy's the door. No hope.
Certainly a mission. The complaints from launch were understandable, but every patch has improved the game. Sure, there are still bugs and questionable decisions, but overall the game is improving constantly for a dying game after all. Yeah. Yo, one of the Focus guys actually said, you know, it's normal for a game to slow down its content process for a period of time. Like, why would you ever sell people that, like, guys, we're slowing down? Like, you don't even misconstrue that, especially in this game's community. But this game doesn't even slow down its content drop, which is the funny part.
Excellent work. Move to extract. Extraction complete. Returning to orbit.
We did it.
Commendable work, brothers. You honored your chapter. Be ready for rearming.
I don't know how much range damage that was.
Immediately. $74,000 damage. That's 80,000 damage in that game. A lot of warriors. God damn.